Hi, it's Monty from Sportive Cyclist, and you join me in what will hopefully be the last in my series of videos as I rebuild my Trek Domane 4.3 from a bare frame. So far in the series I have replaced the BB90 bottom bracket, bearings down here, refitted the crankset, fitted a new front derailleur. I have replaced the jockey wheels in my rear derailleur here and fitted that back. Took the brakes off and I've refitted them. I've managed to fit one set of new brake pads here. Still need to fit the ones which I finally bought in here. And so far I have recabled both the brakes and the gears. In terms of jobs left to do, well, I need to secure these cables back to the handlebars, rewrap the handlebars, which will be interesting. I've got a new cassette for my wheels back there. Those need to be fitted. What else? Oh, I bought a new chain, so I need to get that correctly sized and fitted. And then I think it'll just be a case of fettling all the gears, getting it working. These cables feel a bit droopy, so tightening those up, cutting these sort of extra bits of cable here, fitting the end caps. And then pretty much we're done. So let's get into it. So the cassette comes with a plastic piece here, allows me to fit it all in one piece and then tighten it and yeah, good to go. I've done a bit of research in terms of greasing and whatnot. Generally, I can't find any recommendations to grease any part of the cassette other than maybe the lock ring here. So, may as well do that. Get the lock ring tool. Makes it a bit easier. If you are interested in why would you be? If you are interested in lock ring tools and indeed chain whips, which is the bit you need in order to remove the cassette in the first place, there's a post on my blog and I will link to that somewhere here. I mentioned the chain whip. It has this hexagonal hole in the handle which can be used to tighten springs. Seems alright. Now for the quick release, I probably do want to use the decent quality grease. Actually, brake pads. Like the Muppet I am, in the last video I only managed to buy one set, so hence why only the front's done. I've got another set from Wiggle. Slide them in. Now, where were we? And now it's time for one of the jobs I'm most nervous about, which is sizing and fitting the chain, mainly because once you've reduced it in length, there's no real going back. The last chain that I fitted was too short. It couldn't quite fit onto the bigger sprockets on the cassette, so I'm going to do a bit of research, read my zins, and also cut it just a bit longer than the last one. Let's see how that goes. Whereas my previous chain was gold, this one is back to being silvery normal metal colour. I think having a gold chain probably is a bit of a statement, and a statement that my legs don't quite back up. Lengthwise. Plenty there. Now despite this being an Ultegra chain and therefore quite pricey, it didn't come with a quick link, but thankfully I do have a quick link from before, so I'll be using this in order to finally fit the chain. Now, how long. As usual, I've been off to look on YouTube, found a really handy GCN video, so I'm going to use at least one of the methods, compare it to my old chain. Hopefully it'll be a link or two longer, and then I'm going to go with that one. First, big to big. Ooh. Nope, if that was in the big. That tape isn't helpful. That'll be that one. Let's do it with a pen. Get a pen. Got a pen. Method 1. Method 2. So now I'll take this off and we'll compare it to my previous chain. Right, I have followed the methodology in the GCN video, well, methodology 1 and 2, and I've lined up my old chain against the new one. The first method, method 1, which was big ring to big ring, the Sheldon Brown method, came up here, and then the second method, which was going around the small cog in the cassette and the small front chain ring, came up with this one here. On that basis, I'm going to break the chain here and hopefully it will fit. Chain tool. Another part tool. I'm a tool that uses lots of tools. And it's now. Quick link. Now before I fit this, off camera, my brother-in-law, who's a far more capable mechanic than I, has pointed out that I didn't fit the cassette correctly. I forgot to put on the spacer which is needed for a 10-speed cassette, so I'm going to do that now. Which saves me having to put the chain on twice. Spacer. Really needs aligning. My quick links. Boom there. That's a touch too long. Reason being, the purpose of doing the small to small method is such that the chain here doesn't touch the underside of the rear derailleur here, but I think that will rattle around if I'm in the small. Really, it needs to be under a touch more tension. I'm going to take out another chain link. And now we see the value of the quick link, he says, when he finds the quick link. Oops. Now the downside of a quick link is that you frequently lose them. Can he have gone far? Oh, there it is. Tape came in handy. So now we're a lot closer, I think, to method 1 in terms of size of chain. A bit better down there, he says. Yeah, it still is looking a bit better down here. That's not touching the underside of the derailleur. out having this tape on. Let's take that off. Every time I think I'm making progress. Oops. Forgotten how to change gear. That needs some fettling. Chain length that's the issue. It's the limiting screw on it. On the low gear.
You're gonna have to cut this bit out.
So my findings are that method 1 is the right way to size the length of the chain. I think it's fairly safe to say that I need to do some fettling of the gears, which I think is my next job. So the chain is on. I'm going to play around with the gears. Before I do that, I'm going to tape the cables to the handlebars. They're still a bit loose, just in case that makes a difference. Then have a fiddle, all being well, get the handlebar tape back on, clip, clip, clip. Might be able to ride this thing. Oh yeah, pedals on, but who needs pedals? Lovely job. Wait a minute. That's that one. Nearly there. Probably would help if I cut the cable. Wally. Oh, brilliant. How are we going to avoid that then? Cut it a bit shorter. This is the pedal. Let's hope this is the right length. I think I sort of managed this. Maybe a bit of an adjustment. There we go. Beautiful. Wait, forgot this bit. Sweet! Okay, gears sort of indexed. Brakes are definitely connected. Cables cut. The end caps are crimped on. Just remembered I need to torque up the odd bolt around the frame, but then we're pretty much done. And it's a case of doing the bar tape. Might need to go and watch a YouTube video on how to do that. Luckily, I'm not too OCD. If it's not quite symmetrical on the bars, I'll probably live with that. Let's see how I get on. There's the Data Elementi. One tip that I was given by another member of my local mammal crew was to do a test wrap without having removed the adhesive covering strip on the back. Interested to know sort of lengthwise how they differ from the previous ones. So I think I might compare. Couldn't really see that, but the new one's just a touch longer than the old one. I'm not sure that proves anything. is harder than it looks. I think I'm going to go and watch that YouTube video now. So, YouTube video watched on how to wrap bar tape. I've also, this is the old bar tape here, just to see how it would go back on. And actually sort of looks alright, but since I've got new bar tape, I want to fit new bar tape. I did have a test go with the adhesive strip still covered, but it didn't really work. The backing started coming off, and really, I think I'm just going to go for it. Discovered that this bit here that came separately in the box goes behind the shifter, so I need to cut that to size. A bit there. I'm not quite caught. Back a bit. Special data tape. So my main camera has run out of juice, and I'm starting to run out of juice as well. Managed to tape one end of the bars, the other one is still in a rather natty grey. Get this off, get the new one on, fit some pedals, better lube the chain, then we'll have a rideable bike for the first time in 8 months. There we go, now both cameras are out of juice, but thankfully it's finally finished. So, handlebar tape is on. Gears, brakes, bearings, front forks, everything really. I'm going to get the wheel on, and then, well, we're done here. If you have any questions about anything that I've done in this series of videos, please do let me know in the comments below. If this is the first video you've seen in the series, feel free to go back to the beginning. Why you would do that now you've seen a finished bike, I do not know. It's been about 8 months in the working, but finally I think I might have a working decent carbon road bike. With this done, I'll probably look to do a overhaul of the doors. If anyone is interested in seeing me do that, I think it's probably going to involve, well, some more tools, clearly some more components. Let me know again in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you've enjoyed this series and you want to see more, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. I've been Monty. This has been Sportive Cyclist. This is a fixed, refurbished Trek Domane 4.3. I'll see you in the next video.